Welcome to the most loving sphere of them all. Now, you poor thing, if you ended up here, it means you have had problems with your love center. Let's get you fixed all right.
Love is a made up concept.
Oh boy, another one? You claim that love is a made up concept. I say it all depends on how you look at it. For instance, did you know that love isn't imprisoned by the barriers of the physical? Love is just as subtle as it is obvious.
Whatever.
I know you ended up here because some of your relationships ended up giving you more hate than love. Am I right?
Of course, but I realized something. That love is just a way for women to take my time and money. That's why love spelled backwards sounds like evil. It's a tool for emotionally good hearted people to get manipulated and abused.
You have to understand that love is just the beginning ingredient to a relationship. The ingredient of money is a real stabilizing factor in it. Money is a real source of stability. It's a real equivalent of your time, so everyone gets protective of it. There are more ingredients for a successful relationship, like trust, respect, honesty, compromise, patience, faith, intel, and more. What I want you to realize is that romantic love isn't enough.
You're right, it can't be helped. Life has much more to offer, and romantic love shouldn't be at the top of my list.
I want you to think hard and tell me all the subtle ways love manifested itself during your life.
I guess the way everything society set up for us to live a comfortable life. The first made grocery store, hospital, houses, clean water, bathrooms, pools, bed, pillows, cars, alcohol, diapers, winter clothes, sports, airplanes, boats, streets, televisions, video games, cell phones, internet, movies, music, instruments, firefighters, police officers, school, comfort food in general. Whoa, there's so much! Heat, air conditioners, electricity, light, fire, nice clothes, gyms. I can't believe it, never really thought about how much people have done so that we could all live comfortably.
See? And that's just the material world. Those things were all invented so that everyone from the next generation could live lives filled with love. This energy can manifest itself in more than one way. Life is here to enjoy, and only when you're stable enough to find romantic love. There's no rush.
Thank you for this. I never realized how much I took things for granted.
Now, moving on to another issue with your energy center on forgiveness. No matter the troubles, sadness, or sorrow someone has brought you, you must forgive them through acceptance.
What? So let's say someone killed me. I'm just supposed to forgive them with acceptance? What the
Understand this. Whatever happens in your life that you cannot change, as long as you don't accept and hold up some sort of resistance over it, you will be slowing down whatever process needs to be done. So if someone places a type of sorrow in your heart, you have to let it go. And the most effective way is through acceptance. Acceptance that life doesn't stop for your hurt. Acceptance that revenge is another way of expressing resistance, meaning that you won't accelerate the process to healing, but rather slow it down. Acceptance that your heart should be free of all pain, and no one should hold enough power over you to insert that pain in your heart. Acceptance that nobody's perfect, so forgiveness is a must. It only takes 1 second to make a mistake, but more importantly, you can never go backwards to undo it, only forward through acceptance.
It's easier said than done. Have you realized that?
Nobody said it would be easy. Every second you are alive is a fight, another opportunity for the better version of yourself to be created.
You're right. We're in the present, so looking at it from that point of view gives me more hope to never give up on forgiving someone.
Now, the next subject is about depending for the love of others. Tell me, have you had any experience with this?
Yeah, I remember when meeting new people that I would wait for a sign that they loved me to a certain degree before I could be myself.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Your need for approval before being yourself is caused by a fear of rejection. An effective cure for this is to stop looking for love in other people. You are a being of love yourself. Your very own source of love comes from your heart, and your heart doesn't need to ask anyone if it could beat, does it?
You know, now that I realize that love isn't only bound to physical experiences, I can accept what you're saying.
Sometimes you need to reflect on the nature of things to truly understand how to live. If your heart doesn't ask if it could beat, then why should you depend on someone's love to be yourself? Okay, fourth subject in line, the importance of feeling good. Take a step back into time and remember how it felt being a newly star spirit, how your eyesight was, and how after the transition into your human body, your faculty to see is still the same as before, except that now you see your human body. How would you describe that transition?
The fact that the feeling part of my spirit is still the same as before, it's only more complex. I'm guessing because of my senses. It's as if I just placed virtual reality goggles on top of my spirit. I can still feel my spirit and its energy, but my vision has been altered. Even though I can feel the matters, chemicals, nebula energy, and spiritual chills, just like when I was in space.
Exactly. The only thing that changed is your adaptation to your senses and what you see. But deep down, you were still the same star spirit. Remember how Michael taught about the energy you gathered attracted events and people into your life?
Yeah, but I totally forgot about that in Euphoria. Why are you asking me this now?
Because the fact that you are here with me means that that energy center from your heart was heavily disrupted and changed into a negative transmitter. But now that you remember that basis, you can understand how and why your outside world on Euphoria was unmistakably guided by your energy, your feelings.
So, in order to live a good life, I had to externalize from my heart my auric field with good energy. Basically, project the feeling of love that I would to one being, the whole world?
Yes, that fact will go a long way to help fix your energy center.
I understand.
Fifth subject in line, admitting when you are wrong and assuming the consequences. One of the more subtle ways, but just as effective to block this energy center, is by shutting off compassion towards someone you have wronged and instead putting the blame on them.
Why is that?
Because you might evade consequences by not owning up to the fact that you did something wrong. Your heart, on the other hand, is ready to feel compassion as a way to fix whatever problem you might have made, but your denial stops that energy in its tracks and clogs up your center.
I never imagined that. I guess our hearts are similar to silent watchers.
2 more to go. The sixth one is about selfishness. Tell me, thanks to everything you've learned so far, why you, acting selfishly, could be a silent killer to your heart.
I know it has something to do with blocking my heart's energy, but why would my energy center react like that? I'm guessing it's because selfishness must be the opposite of what the heart stands for, stopping its free-flowing love energy on its track?
Exactly. Selfishness is the opposite of the center, because your heart wants to spread its love. You could see this in how everyone on Euphoria created billions of ways for you to have a good life. Imagine how different that world would be if everyone kept their inventions to themselves. Evolution would be stopped in its tracks. The ways of your heart is to spread love, never to withhold it.
You're right.
Last up is finding the love in the will of the graceful Creator. Because how can you know about love if you reject His love? On your planet, there were guidelines descended by the archangels, thanks to the graceful Creator.
Yeah, I remember. Most of those writings would limit our way to live life.
Of course, it's normal to feel they are restricting you, because life is an expression of freedom. But the importance of it is to realize that most of them were set up with the love that God has in it for you. For example, Him warning you about how constant debauchery and addiction would either affect your physical vehicle or lead you toward a life of mediocrity.
Why not just destroy them then?
Because He loves you so much that He allows you to experience and see for yourself if His words aren't enough for you. In the end, your free will lets you experience everything you want, even the ones you shouldn't. So you need to realize that He loves you so much, doesn't want to constrict you, but warns you and even lets you experience for yourself. That's His love. Whatever He warns you about or tells you to do, if you think hard enough, you will find the loving reasons in them.